Right, hello everyone. I'm just going to do a video today addressing something that we didn't really explain when we were on our European honeymoon, and that was how we managed to stay at some amazing campsites for very little money. So yeah, stay tuned in this episode and we shall talk about the ACSI Camping Card, or ACSI Camping Card. But yeah, let's take a look at that. Okay, so yeah, the secret is, it's not really a secret really, is an ACSI Camping Card, or ACSI Camping Card. I always thought it was ACSI. I wasn't sure what it stood for, but a few sites that we turned up at, when I mentioned the ACSI card, the warden sort of looked a bit confused and they said, an ACSI card, so maybe it's called that. Anyway, so what is it and how do you go about getting one and what's it used for? So open Google and type in ACSI, and you'll see the top one that comes up is the campingcard.co.uk, which is suitable for us here in the UK. So click on that and it brings you on to the Camping Card ACSI or ACSI website. So what you can then do is we'll have a look at what the actual card is. So the idea behind an ACSI card is it gives you much cheaper rates at very, very good campsites all throughout Europe. You can see here on the map that it covers a huge area, right down as far as Greece, up to Sweden and Norway, and even across to Ireland if you were to go west instead. Yeah, the idea behind it is it's savings in off-season camping. So probably not ideal for people with kids who are travelling in school holidays. I don't think you'll get the benefit out of it. But yeah, if I click on here, you can see how you can get up to 50% savings. It's accepted at over 3,000 campsites, and although children do go free at around about 650 sites. So yeah, you'd have to weigh up the savings as to whether it'd be useful for you if you had kids and were going in school holidays. But the best way to get hold of a camping card, if you decide that you do want one, is you can click on order camping card, click right there, and then you've got these various different options. Now, the absolute basic package is the discount card and a paper guide. Then you can go up to a discount card, that paper guide plus the app. Now that's the option that we chose when we went camping, and it was fantastic. I used the app all the time. The night before we were due to travel to a different location, I had a quick look on the map, on the app, and it gave me loads of different options, all with reviews and all that kind of thing. So the app isn't faultless. It's not the quickest. The map isn't that great that's on the app. However, you can get by. It's fine. It's definitely the easiest way to find a decent campsite as you are sort of about to head on to that direction. And the way we did it is we had a quick look at the particular site that we were interested in, that was in a good location, and one of the first things that we did was to look in the reviews and see what the toilet facilities are like, because the last thing we didn't want a typical maybe French hole in the ground style toilet. So yeah, we had a quick look, and yeah, we didn't come across any sites that had toilets like that, so it was spot on. And you can have a quick look at the reviews, you have a look what people are saying about the site. It gives you a general sort of feeling of to what the site is going to be like, and head over that way. And we didn't book a single site. We just turned up and asked if they had space, and we were fine. We were going in September. We saved loads of money using this card. You can also see here that you can use if you subscribe, you get it much cheaper. So yeah, you have to subscribe for 2 years, but yes, you definitely get it much cheaper. And same again, so subscription for just the card and the guide, or subscription for the card, guide and app. Yeah, so that's the best way to order. You just click on order, and ours arrived very, very quickly. But yeah, one thing to point out is when you buy ACSI or ACSI card, it's valid for a year, but it's valid for the annual year. So if you buy it in January, it's valid until December, the end of December. But also if you buy it in June, it's valid till the end of December. So yeah, be careful when you order based on that. According to this, you only have to stay 4 nights to get your money back. Most of the sites that we were at, they cost around about €17 plus local taxes. Now the local taxes is a bit of a weird situation. I kind of get the feeling that they make it up as they go along, because even in the same country the taxes were different all the time. Some would be 30 cents and some would be maybe €5. So it does vary, and that was just a bit of a lottery really as to what it would be. But still, yeah, €20 for a night stay in some very, very good campsites is spot on. Right, so let's have a look now at, so if I go back to the home page again, you have this find your campsite sort of application here that you can use, which is really, really handy. So for example, say you want to go to Switzerland, you can just click on Switzerland there, and then it breaks it down into the smaller regions of Switzerland. For example, if you want to go to the Bern region, it then gives you, it says here that there's 10 campsites in this region, and you can click on that as well, and then very, very easily you can have a look. Now the map is much better on the desktop browser version than it is on the app, but you can see, for example, when we went, if I zoom in a bit further, we stayed near Lauterbrunnen, and I believe, yeah, it was this site here that we stayed at. So €19, you can click on the site. If you wanted to, you can have a look at when it's available. So the campsite's open, but according to this, it's not, the actual card is not accepted at this period of time. So I'm not entirely sure why. You'd have to go back, but you can see here in October it's accepted, all these dates. And you can also have a quick look at reviews. You can have a look at, in fact here it says, look, that the camping, you can pitch during these periods, between that time and between that time. Maybe it's because it's ski season, which is why it's no longer accepted at that time of year. And it also gives you reviews, so yeah, great campsite. Toilets were very clean and tidy, which they were, I can vouch for that. We just looked at these sort of figures here, and the higher the figure the better really. You can have a look at the facilities, see what's available at the site. It tells you what is available with an ACSI card as well. So some sites, if you use your ACSI card, they might say that you are not entitled to a free shower. You have to use a token, you have to pay for a token. So it tells you all things like that, but that depends entirely on the site. And you can see here that this one is €19. Another thing to mention with regards to paying for the sites is with, doesn't matter which country you're in, with an ACSI card you can pay with euros. So in Switzerland we found ourselves paying in euros most of the time, just because it just worked out that the exchange rate was slightly better than it was against Swiss francs. But yeah, that was totally acceptable. You could pay in euros, and they were more than happy with that. Let's go back. If I go back to the main page here, so there's only 10 in that particular area there. But if you go to somewhere like France, and let's look at the Burgundy region, 50 in this area. So I mean, there's absolutely loads, and you can see all around here there are loads. If I zoom in a bit further, yeah, you can see you are bound to find something that will be suitable. And this, for example, is down at €15 for the night, which is just fantastic. We actually stayed at this one, which was €17. The number that you can see there, that 1984, is just reference to where it is in the paperback guide that you get when you order your camping card. And that site was absolutely lovely as well. What we often found was worth doing was you could look at these reviews, and if you were a bit concerned that it wouldn't be quite right for you, you could also search the name of the site in TripAdvisor, and again you get plenty of reviews that way as well. I will quickly show you what the app looks like. So if I just go on there, can you see on the screen there, you see down at the bottom there, that's the camping card app. You just click on that there, and basically it replicates what you've seen on the screen, it just not in quite as much detail. You also see that before you go, you'll have to download all of the actual sites per country onto your phone. But the good thing about that is it means they are accessible without data, so you don't have to use your data to actually look at them. It works really, really well. And again, like I say, you just have a version of a map there, which isn't great. It doesn't sort of replicate the roads that well, so it does sometimes take a bit of searching as to where you are. You sometimes have to cross-reference against Google Maps, but yeah, it's very, very simple. I've got written down here to sort of discuss, is it worth it? Now, for us, definitely, without a doubt. Fantastic sites, and also we found that if on our Euro trip videos, you'll find that some of the sites that we stayed at were really big sites. Now, they weren't ACSI sites. I think you can find those particular sites, like big sites with loads of facilities, but the ones that we stayed at were just really quiet with maybe 60 or 70 pitches, basic facilities but clean facilities, and they were really nice and cheap. So for us, it was really, really worth it. They were some of the nicest sites where it was just totally peaceful and total tranquility, as opposed to the bigger, more active sites. Like I said before, for people that maybe have kids and need to travel in the summer holidays, it might not be quite so worth it. You need to have a look at the sites that you want to go to and see if it is available to use that card during that period that you are travelling. For off-season travellers, it's highly recommended. Yeah, so hopefully that has helped some of you guys out if you're planning a trip to Europe. If we go again soon, we will definitely be renewing our subscription, and we will take the card again, because it's just nice to have the app with you and have plenty of options of places to stay. And it just gives you that peace of mind as you're travelling all through Europe. Anyway, hopefully that's helped some of you guys out. We shall see you in the next video.